Market regulator SEBI Chairperson Madhabi Puri Buch and her husband Dhaval Buch have responded to the explosive allegations made by the Hindenburg Research, a 15-point rebuttal to a report which alleged that the couple had stake in obscure offshore entities used in alleged Adani money siphoning scandal. Hindenburg alleged that SEBI was unwilling to investigate on its earlier report against Adani in January 2023. Here's what Madhabi Puri Buch and her husband said in the detailed response apart from mentioning their professional experience and background. The investment in the fund referred to in the Hindenburg report was made in 2015 when they were both private citizens living in Singapore and almost 2 years prior to Madhabi joined SEBI, even as a whole-time member. The decision to invest in this fund was because the chief investment officer, Mr. Anil Ahuja, was Dhaval's childhood friend from school and at IIT Delhi, and being an ex-employee of Citibank, JP Morgan and 3i Group PLC, had many decades of a strong investing career. The fact that these were the drivers of the investment decision is born out of the fact that when, in 2018, Mr. Ahuja left his position as CIO of the fund, we redeemed the investment in that fund. At no point in the time did the fund invest in any bond, equity or derivative of any Adani Group companies. Dhaval's appointment in 2019 as senior advisor to Blackstone Private Equity was on account of his deep expertise in supply chain management, and thus his appointment predates Madhabi's appointment as SEBI chairperson. This appointment has been in the public domain ever since, and at no point has Dhaval been associated with the real estate side of Blackstone. On his appointment, the Blackstone Group was immediately added to Madhabi's recusal list maintained with SEBI. Over the last 2 years, SEBI has issued more than 300 circulars across the entire market ecosystem. All regulations of SEBI are approved by its board after extensive public consultation. Insinuations that a handful of these matters related to the real estate industry were favors to any specific party are malicious and motivated. The two consulting companies set up by Madhabi during her stay in Singapore, one in India and one in Singapore, became immediately dormant on her appointment with SEBI. These companies were explicitly part of her disclosures to SEBI. The couple also said that after Dhaval retired from Unilever in 2019, he started his own consultancy practice through these companies. Dhaval's deep expertise in supply chain allowed him to work with prominent clients in the Indian industry. Thus, linking accruals in these companies to Madhabi's current government salary is malicious. When the shareholding of the Singapore entity moved to Dhaval, this was once again disclosed not just to SEBI but also to the Singapore authorities and the Indian tax authorities. SEBI has strong institutional mechanisms of disclosure and recusal norms as per the code of conduct applicable to its officers. Accordingly, all disclosures and recusals have been diligently followed, including disclosures of all securities held or subsequently transferred. And finally, Hindenburg has been served a show cause notice for a variety of violations in India. It is unfortunate that instead of replying to the show cause notice, they have chosen to attack credibility of the SEBI and attempt character assassination of the SEBI chairperson. Soon after SEBI chief's strong rebuttal, the Hindenburg posted on X countering her claims. Hindenburg said that Buch's response now publicly confirmed her investment in an obscure Bermuda Mauritius fund structure alongside money allegedly siphoned by Vinod Adani. Hindenburg added that SEBI was tasked with investigating investment funds relating to the Adani matter, which would include funds Ms. Buch was personally invested in and funds by the same sponsor, which was specifically highlighted in their original report. This was obviously a massive conflict of interest. Hindenburg said that Buch's claim of the Singapore entity becoming dormant was false because as per the latest shareholding list, Agora Advisory Limited was still owned 99% by Madhabi Buch. The Singaporean consulting entity that Buch set up doesn't publicly report its financial like revenue or profit, so it was impossible to see how much money this entity has earned during her time at SEBI. Hindenburg said that the whistleblower documents showed that Buch used a personal email to do business in her husband's name while serving as the whole-time member of SEBI.